Hey everyone, my name is Chastity Bay. I'm here for Women's History Month to interview Chef Tia.
Hello.
So, to start off, we're going to get Chef Tia's story. Chef Tia, tell us about your journey into the culinary world.
Absolutely. Have lived in Pittsburgh all my life. Um, Back in 2000, I was recently terminated from my job at Kaufman's back before it was Macy's. Started off at Kaufman's. They did a huge layoff, and I was confused. I was fresh out of college, didn't know what to do. And I said, what is something that I can do for a long time that I actually enjoy doing? So I ended up going to culinary school at Bidwell Training Center. I was there, and 3 months in, I found out, or excuse me, a month in, I found out I was pregnant. So I actually went through culinary school pregnant, the entire program. I actually had my son a week before I graduated. So that was awesome. I got to go get my diploma. Um, and then I started going straight into the kitchen. So my first professional kitchen job was at a restaurant that is no longer there, but it was called Galifty's in Squirrel Hill. So that's where I got my start.
What sparked your passion for food?
My passion for food started with my grandmother. My grandmother was an amazing cook. She cooked every day. If my mother didn't, so we had a very culinary influenced family. So we always did family dinners and things like that. My grandmother was an amazing cook. My mother would replicate dishes that my father had taught her. So I learned not only Southern cooking, but African cooking, and honestly, a lot of international cooking. My mother was a very worldly person, so she was an artist. So she would come up with different recipes or look for different recipes around the world. And, I was always around different types of food.
Well, culture.
Yeah, I love food culture.
Don't we all? Tastes so good. Can you share some of your experiences working your way up through the ranks in the food industry?
Absolutely. It hasn't been easy. Starting off as a dishwasher, um, and kind of working those steps through. Uh, and honestly, being the only woman in a lot of kitchens was really, really hard. I've been sabotaged and
Isn't it crazy that they say women are the cooks, but then
yeah,
whenever you go to
mm-mm.
restaurants, it's
It's
the
all men,
opposite?
all men. And it is very hard because a lot of men find they're intimidated by women that are in the kitchen because there's not very many women that are in the kitchen. So once a woman actually comes into the kitchen, it's like, oh, she must have some chops about her. So they some when I in my era, um, some men were would sabotage me, leaving pans that were hot out, or not cleaning up a spill and you slip on it, or you know, it was little microaggressions, but it gave me thick skin and um, it gave me backbone. I definitely don't agree with it now. This is not the culture or the time to be that way, but it definitely gave me a lot of strength in knowing who I am, knowing my talent and skills, and pushing forward.
Do you think that that had an intricate role in you starting up monomills?
Absolutely,
You
absolutely.
say, get away from all these people.
There was a time when I didn't want to go back in the kitchen, um, and then it was like, oh, I miss cooking, and then it would just kind of snowball, and it was like, okay, I love cooking, I want to get back into that field, but I don't necessarily want to go back to corporate. And then I start thinking I could just do this myself, and Mana Mills was a dream that came into fruition one day, and it snowballed, and it's been going. It's been wonderful. It's been one of the best decisions I've made.
All right, now it's been 2 years of monomills. What
Yes.
are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned?
One of the biggest lessons that I've learned with Mana has been don't sell yourself short. Um, and charge your worth. Charging your worth. My first year, I definitely undercharged and tried to do favors for people and was really trying to get my name out there. I realized though that I was kind of putting myself in a hole because I was doing all of these things to get noticed and recognized and giving people deals and things, and I was really undercutting myself and really getting in a hole. Um, and one day, someone said to me, "You need to really charge your worth because you have amazing food, but you're just giving it away." And I was
And
like,
people pay for food.
yes.
That is one thing people will pay for. It
Hmm.
is food.
I will spend buku money on food. Won't buy shoes, but I'll buy some food. So I know that people would. I just felt like I was too new to go out there so boldly.
Since you're talking about you had to get your name out there,
That's
what do
right.
you think? I know what
Mhm.
makes Morning Meals unique, but tell the people what makes Morning Meals unique.
My meals is unique because I make sure that everyone is taken care of. I don't want someone that's vegan or vegetarian or has a food allergy or has a person like a taste change or something that they're not included. I want to make sure that everyone is included and everyone can sit together and actually have a combined decent meal together. A lot of times with vegan and vegetarians, they'll get salad or fries or something that's so plain and boring. But I want their food to be just as exciting as someone that eats meat or someone that has allergies. Sometimes people that have allergies don't really, they miss out on things because those allergies. But if I can give them the same experience as a vegan, as a meat eater, as a pescatarian, as any of these people, everyone can be included and everyone can eat in community.
I love that. So, speaking of community, and you spoke on the cultures that you have experienced, how do you think that you incorporate your personal culinary style and heritage into your menu?
I make sure, okay, I'll start with food is a very personal and spiritual thing for me. I try to make sure that anytime I cook, I do it out of love and care, and I actually take time and layer things. And listen, I'll be real with you. I talk to my food. Yeah, they put a little salt in it. Yes, right. Get that flavor up in there. I'm gonna let you sit. You, I want
It's a person.
it is. I'm telling you, because you're creating. You are taking something from nothing and creating something beautiful. And that stuff doesn't happen when you're angry and upset and just whatever. No, you gotta love it and talk to it and feel it with those good things. So when you give it to someone, those good they feel that goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So that is
Like
definitely,
say you put your foot in this.
I'm telling you, I gotta, show out a little bit and show the love and the passion that I have for food. And I think that's what makes me unique is that I absolutely love food. I have a passion for food and I bring that to every dish for every customer, for every client, every single time.
Love that. All right. So now let's get into women's history. So
Okay.
now that we know about
Yes,
you,
yes.
what does Women's History Month mean to you personally?
Women's History Month means to me that women are all encompassing. We are smart, we are brave, we are bold, we are strong, we are, on the flip side, we are vulnerable, sensitive, we are passionate. And all of those things create something that is absolutely beautiful about being a woman because we have so many different sides and facets of us that bring every one of us into a light of just godliness. I mean, what can I say? We are goddesses. We bring life into this world. Everything starts with us. Listen, it starts with us. And I'm okay with saying it starts with us. You have to love us. You don't love us, you don't love yourself, because we are the stepping stone for every person here. So every woman should have, I want every woman to have the confidence to know you are the person that creates everything on this earth.
Alexa, high heels.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because listen, that was listen right there. That was perfect, man. Man, write that
Yes.
down, somebody,
Yes.
please.
And I also want to make this point. I don't say necessarily you have to bring life into this world. Women are life of this world. So it's not, oh, you have to have a baby to, be a woman. Absolutely not. Women are the life of this world.
Period. Who are some of the women who have inspired you in your life and your
I I think the first chef that I did a uh, paper on in culinary school was Leah Chase. And when I went to New Orleans, I went to her restaurant. It was fantastic. I fangirled and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm here. I her vignettes were life changing, and I aspired to be someone that not only taught other people culinary skills, but also change the culinary scene. That's what I want to do. The other person is Goldie Drusilla Hurt, my grandmother. My grandmother, she put her foot in every single meal. I don't think that I realized how, I'll be honest, how poor we were until I was an adult. Because my grandmother was making 5-star meals with beans and rice and ground meat and dandelion greens and things that people weren't necessarily eating because they were like, nobody's eating that. My grandmother was putting these things together with pennies. And I didn't realize that until I became an adult. And I'm like, a bag of beans is $1.
they could
Uh,
taste like
they,
money.
they taste like money. I got this. So I learned to make some really incredible dishes on the penny. And once again, just bring all those flavors and love into the food and not even have to, go out the box. So my grandmother, she taught me
Without even knowing.
without even knowing. Had no idea.
Speaking of teaching, what advice would you give to other women, especially young Black women who are dreaming of starting their own businesses or pursuing a career in culinary arts?
Be bold.
Period.
Be bold. You want to do it? Do it. And if you're going to do it well. And if you want to do it well, do it loudly.
Stand out,
That's it.
loud and proud.
I command space and I command respect and I command um, a room because I have to. A lot of times, us women kind of fall into the background, especially in the
take up space.
oh, absolutely. Don't want to make a scene or be too loud or seem undemure. Um, I don't fall for any of that. I'm bold. I'm loud. I'm here. I take up space, and I am passionate about what I do. So I want people to know that.
Period. All right, we got one more question.
Okay.
What message do you hope to share with viewers through this interview?
I hope to share with viewers that one, healing is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Two, healing is possible not only through therapy, therapy, food, nature and self love. All those uh, things can create absolutely an amazing experience for a person. Um, and I want people to know that it's possible, even through the most dramatic and traumatic situations. You can overcome and triumph and come out on the other side a brighter and lighter person.
That is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, my name is Chastity Bay, and we have Chef Tia here for Mona Mills Catering.